What's going on YouTube? DOAKABONDS for Urban Tech Reviews, and in this video I'll be giving my official review of the Apple iPhone 7 Plus. Now, as I like to do in all my new videos now, I changed the format. So I'll be giving you the basics in this video, my likes, some dislikes and things of that nature, and then I'll be going into all of the features in separate videos, so you can watch all the features of the iPhone 7 Plus in a separate video where I'll do all the features separately. So when I want to talk about the rear facing camera or something like that, then I'll do all of that all in one video. So then you won't have to watch a really long video, a 40-50 hour long video like I've done in the past. So let's jump right into it. The price of the iPhone 7 Plus, if you get the 32 gigabyte model, it's gonna run you $769. So $770 for the 32 gigabyte. The gigabyte for the next gigabyte up is the 128 gigabyte. So the 128 gigabyte iPhone 7 Plus is going to run you $869.99. And the next gigabyte model up is the 256 gigabyte model, which is going to run you $969.99. So you see, it's a $200 price difference between the 32 gigabyte and the 256 gigabyte. Now, I have the 256 gigabyte, and I'm gonna tell you that $969 is the base price, but after tax it runs you almost $1,100. So $1,100 or close to $1,100 is what you're gonna pay for the 256. So you know that the gigabyte storage model, the storage of the iPhone 7 Plus is a 32 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte. So they got rid of the 16 gigabyte base model, which is great. Nobody liked the 16 gigabyte anyway. That 16 gigabyte you give to the children. You don't even keep that. And my kids run through 16 gigabytes like they nothing. So the the colors that they come in is black and jet black, which are only available with 128 gigabyte and 256 gigabyte. So it's not available on the 32 gigabyte. So you get the black and jet black. You get silver, rose gold, and gold. Now this is the black, and this is like the matte black or black, whatever they want to call it, not the jet black. The jet black is what they call in the unicorn nowadays. Unicorn meaning that it's something that you don't see often because not a lot of people was able to get the jet black. Not a lot of people that you might be able to know it's going to have the jet black. I got the black. I got it back ordered. It was supposed to be back ordered till December of this year, and then ended up getting it about a week and some change ago. The battery on here is a 2900 milliamp built-in rechargeable lithium non-removable battery, and like I said, the non-removable thing, batteries, most cell phones nowadays are not going to have removable batteries, and that's just something that, you know, people gotta, you know, get used to. And the batteries on the recent iPhones, the 7 has a 1960 milliamp battery. The 6 Plus had a 2750 milliamp battery, and the iPhone 6 had a 1715 milliamp battery. So for what you get in this phone, a lot of people say, hey, 2900 is not a lot, 2910 or whatever is not a lot of milliamps for this device. But the way Apple optimizes it, really, I mean, this has one of the best, if not the best, battery life of all devices that I've ever used. iPhone barely die easily. Rarely. You know what I mean? The OS on here is iOS 10, so it's supporting that new iOS 10. The display on here is a 5.5 Retina HD display, 1920 by 1080 pixel resolution, and 401 ppi. The size of this phone is 6.23 inches in height, 3.07 inches in width, and 6.63 ounces in weight. The RAM on this device is 3 gigabytes of RAM. The rear camera on here is dual 12 megapixel cameras, so it's not just one megapixel camera, you got two of them. 2 megapixel cameras. One of them is for I forget. They do different things, but they come together to kind of make one thing. That's what like Apple's like selling point on this phone really was. The front facing camera is a 7 megapixel camera. The chipset in the iPhone 7 Plus is a A10 Fusion chip with 64-bit architecture. Excuse me. It has a rating of IP67, splash, water, and dust resistant. So this is the first iPhone that technically can get wet, you know what I mean, and not malfunction. But as the S7 is, the S7, any other waterproof phone, the Note 7 that they had put out, they have a disclaimer in the paperwork. If you read the paperwork, nobody reads the paperwork, but if you read the paperwork, you'll find out that they have a disclaimer that if this phone gets water damage, it is not replaceable. They won't replace your phone because it has water damage. They won't do it. So keep your phone, you know, away from water. I still don't recommend it, you know, especially if you pay $1,000 for a phone. I wouldn't recommend just dunking it in the toilet and seeing if it's going to work or not. My choice, you know, my choice. You do what you want to do with your money. It has 3D touch, which the iPhone 6 iPhone 6 Plus had it. And 3D touch is a pretty decent thing if you use it. You know, a lot of people don't use it. It could be considered gimmick, like really gimmicky. Like I said, I haven't used it yet on this phone. Well, maybe not much. I have used it. I haven't used it much. The usage time they say you get on here is up to 21 hours. Standby time they say you get up to 16 days. Now, I'm going to give you my honest opinion and review of this phone. My first thing that I say about this phone is that it's really expensive. Really. And when I say really expensive, I mean like really expensive. Like really expensive. Is it worth it? That's the big question that I like to answer for people. And I'm gonna give you some likes. I'm gonna give you some dislikes. This is not worth it to me. The price that you paid is not worth it. Now, I did get the 256. So if you get the 128, it might be more bang for your buck, because 256, I'm never going to come nowhere near that. Knock on wood for never, but you never know. But, like I said, this phone, let me get these fingerprints off here. This phone is a great device. Don't, you know, get me wrong. This is a great device. But to me, it's not worth the price that they ask for it. Like, what do you say is spectacular about this phone? And the best thing that I can say about this phone, 2 things. It doesn't lag, and the speakers are some of the best speakers that I've ever heard on a cell phone. And the front face speaker up here, and then the speaker down here. The best things on this phone is those 2 things to me. To me. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this phone don't lag. So you're not going to get lag. This phone is going to do what most other iPhones do. You know, you can't customize it. You know what I mean? Unless you root it. And, you know, I'm not rooting a $1,000 phone. So it's basic. You know, you're getting basic functions. The camera is really nice. The optimization is really nice. Like I said, you're going to get good screen on time. You're going to get good battery life out of this. I go hard on this, you know, phone from about 7 in the morning to, let's say, about 7 at night. So give it 12 hours. And I'm probably about 40% battery at that time for 12 hours. And that's me, you know, looking at YouTube videos, Facebook and Instagram, Snapchatting, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So for 12 hours, I get, you know, about 40% of battery left. So use about 60% of battery. So like I said, it's going to optimize your battery. It's going to move swiftly. It's not going to lag. It's not going It's not going to jam up, you know what I mean? So it's not going to get stuck. You're not going to have to reboot that much. This phone is going to do what iPhones do. And I give it all the kudos and all the praise for that. But when you're looking for extra features, you look at the fingerprint scanner, you look at this new touch thing that they got, it's okay. But is it worth it? To me, no. And, you know, I found myself in compromising positions when I go to work and I don't bring my wireless headphones. Because now, excuse me, I don't walk around with the little dongle that they gave you. I don't walk around with that. So now I get to work and I realize, damn, I don't have my wireless headphones. So now guess what? I can't listen to music with my headphones while I'm at work. So the removal of the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack to me was more of a downgrade than an upgrade for me, because I use, you know, headphones with the 3.5 millimeter jack quite often. So that was a setback for me. So where, you know, either you carry the little dongle in your wallet, your bag or whatever, or you just invest in a pair of wireless headphones. And, you know, it's not technically the wave yet, but it's going to become the wave to where all phones are going to remove the 3.5 millimeter jack and you'll be just using Bluetooth headphones eventually all the time. But yet it's not here yet. So I think really this design was really to get you prepared for the iPhone 8, you know, stuff like that, to where they're going to remove it and that's going to be their powerhouse phone. So, you know, they get you used to it on the 7 to move you into the 8. That's my opinion. Like I said, this phone to me, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend the 256 and I wouldn't recommend the 32. So I recommend the 128, but even at the 128, the price point on the 128 is very expensive. You know, most cell phone carriers, cell phone companies are moving into this VR wave. Apple has no VR, you know, yet. You know, and their biggest thing, they're giving you Mario Brothers. You know, you're getting the Mario Brothers, but that game I don't even think is out yet. And it probably will be dumb expensive when it comes out too. Probably about $10. And $10 for an app is very expensive, especially a game as is the Mario Brothers. Like I said, a lot of features on this phone, you know, but for me, it just doesn't wow me. You know, and I know people, you know, are going to say, oh, you know, well, you're just not an Apple. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm an Apple Samsung dude. That's the basic phones that I'll buy is Apple and Samsung. You know, the Note 7 wowed me. This doesn't wow me. So this will be going back. Let me show you the box. This is the box that it comes in. I did an unboxing video when I got it. I did a live stream of it. So this is what you get. You get the box. You get the books on top, which they changed it up, and usually the books are at the bottom. But you see, I haven't unwrapped the dongle. I mean, not the dongle, but the brick. These headphones, which are the lightning port headphones. I haven't used those yet either, and I haven't used the charger. So this will be going back probably this week. I'm thinking about getting a different device, or I might just wait for the Note 8 or S7 or S7 the S8 or whatever, you know. But I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, I'm going to do my likes and dislikes video coming up. And I'm going to have all the features of the iPhone 7 Plus coming up in future videos. So it's DOAKABONDS Urban Tech Reviews. You like this video, click that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do that easily by clicking on the little Android guy in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. If you're not following me on all my social media sites, you're losing out. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. I made this really easy for you now. Go into the description, click that. All the links in there, they have all my social media sites. You need to click on all of those and follow me on every one of my sites. Holla at me. I'm back at the next one. Deuces.
Purchase your tracks